Hey everyone, Brian here. I'm doing my predictions for WWE Fastlane 2019. The reason I'm doing it on my phone is because my laptop's playing up again. For some reason, every time I record the video, after a while, I would basically record it all, go check the video itself, and it would only last 2 seconds. And I don't know what's going on with it. I don't know if it's just needs an update or something. I've tried resetting it, it does the same thing. So I'm just going to do it on here instead. So Fastlane 2019 is, the name feels a bit ironic because they've slowed down with the story. Um, Obviously, it's supposed to be like the quick route to WrestleMania, but yeah, it's sort of one of those things. It's because we now have two pay-per-views between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So it used to be, which I thought was fine, was Royal Rumbles at the end of January, 6 weeks, then it's a pay-per-view in the middle, normally like Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, and then WrestleMania, but now we have Elimination Chamber and Fastlane. Elimination Chamber was good. Fastlane is sort of like the other half of the stories. A lot of these matches can easily just happen on a Raw or a SmackDown. So I'm going to go through predictions with you and explain why I've gone for who's going to win each match. So we'll start off with a pre-show match. It's probably a good thing I've done it now rather than a few days ago that I originally had planned during my day off, because announced on Friday, the New Day, Big E and Xavier Woods are going against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev. I'm going to go for the New Day to win. It's very interesting that they've gone for Big E and Xavier Woods and they've left Kofi out. I have a feeling there's a reason for that, and I'll explain later on. It's just for like a feel good moment type thing just before the show kicks off or to start the show, pre-show, whatever. To have good guys win. Obviously, New Day have been together a lot longer than Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev have. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. Again, I know this is probably like the third time they faced off. I think they faced off at the last. No, it wouldn't have been the last pay-per-view they faced off. I'm sure they faced off at some point. I know they faced off in a few SmackDowns. All really good matches, so no complaints that we're getting this again. I'm going to go for Andrade to win. I feel like Andrade needs it a bit more than Rey Mysterio does. And you can probably start off with Rey Mysterio versus Andrade, get like the pre-show crowd excited, but Andrade wins. But then going into the show, New Day would win to sort of have that good feeling and then keep the momentum going into the show. The triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. You got the Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson defending against the new team of Aleister Black and Ricochet versus Chad Gable and Bobby Roode. So I'm going to go for the Revival to retain. Aleister Black and Ricochet would be too quick for them to win it. And obviously they're still in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And also Chad Gable and Bobby Roode didn't really do anything with the title. It's sort of the equivalent to when Shinsuke Nakamura had the US title. It was literally, he just had it. Like, they weren't doing anything with it. They just happened to have the titles. Then you've got Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch, which will probably be the third from last match. I wouldn't say it's main event or second to last. I'm going to go Becky Lynch to win because the stipulation is if Lynch wins, she gets added to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. So it seems a bit obvious there. They've messed up the story so much. They could have just gone with the simplest thing. Literally would have been Becky Lynch wins the Rumble after taking Lana's place. Charlotte is technically the actual winner because she was actually an entrant, whereas Becky wasn't. So Becky will have to fight for her right to go in the match. That's literally all they needed to do. But they decided to go with like every possible way just to avoid that. But anyway, I'm going to go for Becky to win so we can actually have the triple threat at WrestleMania. One thing that, I'm not saying one thing that I've learned, but it seems to be if you want the best matches at WrestleMania, make them triple threats. I.e., WrestleMania 20, I know they don't really talk about it anymore, but Benoit Michaels and Triple H was pretty cool, especially the ending. So you got Daniel Bryan, Batista, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins making WrestleMania 31 a triple threat. All these one-on-ones we've had haven't been that great, if you know what I mean. So we definitely need a triple threat main title match. And if this is going to main event WrestleMania, I really hope it does. Then it should be a triple threat. We've got The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley. It's got to be The Shield. It's Roman's first match back, and I don't see why the Shield wouldn't win unless it's Dean that gets pinned, and then they can have the seeds already that Dean is, because Dean's on his way out, that he doesn't care anymore and he's not putting the effort in or whatever and all this stuff. I'm going to go for the Shield. Asuka defends her SmackDown Women's Championship against Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, with the valid reason as to why she's competing for the title, is the fact that she's actually pinned Asuka. I'm going to go for Asuka to retain. Should be a good 10-minute match, hopefully. Mandy gets a couple of near falls, but Asuka ends up making a tap out. Boston Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks defend their women's tag titles versus Nia Jax and Tamina. I'm going to go for Nia Jax and Tamina. They've been playing this whole story that Sasha Banks is injured. And they sort of had the advantage of every other competitor in the chamber to get rid of Nia Jax and Tamina. And I feel like with it just being them, that they won't be able to overcome the power of Nia Jax and Tamina. So I'm going to go for them. Then Daniel Bryan defends the WWE Championship against Kevin Owens. Going to go for Daniel Bryan to retain. What I'm going to think is Kevin Owens is going to hit the stunner on Daniel Bryan. He goes to pin him, and either he's going to hit the stunner and Rowan's going to drag Daniel Bryan out the ring, or he's going to put Daniel Bryan's foot on the rope. Basically something to stop Kevin Owens from winning. Kevin Owens is going to look at him pissed off. Kofi's going to come out and attack Eric Rowan. Maybe like they scuffle into the ring somehow. Kevin Owens basically gets distracted. Daniel Bryan rolls him up and pins him. Or hits him with a running knee whilst Kevin Owens isn't looking. Like basically he's distracted by Kofi and Eric Rowan, turns around and gets hit with a running knee. So I've got Daniel Bryan for that one. And then finally we've got the Usos defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against The Miz and Shane McMahon in The Miz's hometown. His dad is at ringside. I don't think it's going to be a repeat performance of Royal Rumble where The Miz's dad was at ringside and he ended up winning. I feel like The Miz is going to cost them again. He's going to start apologizing to Shane. Shane's just going to attack him. Not like in a dream world, but I can only imagine this would be brilliant if it happens. If Shane's beating the crap out of The Miz and his dad tries to get involved and Shane just punches Miz's dad just to solidify the fact that he's a heel. Because the feeling is Miz and Shane McMahon are going to face each other at WrestleMania. But that's pretty much my predictions for Fastlane. So I'll go through them again. New Day, Andrade, The Revival, Becky Lynch, The Shield, Asuka, Nia Jax and Tamina, Daniel Bryan, and the Usos. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be doing a WWE 2K19 live stream as well of my Fastlane predictions, and I hope you enjoy Fastlane. Right, bye.